Alright, I'm going to teach you guys how to do a sumo deadlift. So we're going to be mainly targeting our glutes, and we're also going to be using our hamstrings and back. So first thing you want to do when you step up to the bar is put your feet right about where the knurlings are, and then point your toes out to the edge of the plates. Get as close to the bar as you can, with leaving just a little bit of room, like half an inch, between your shin and the bar. So there are 3 steps with the deadlift. The first is getting your lats engaged. The second is pulling the bar as close to your hips as possible. And the third is getting your core as tight as possible. So I'm going to show you how to do those 3 steps. First thing is when you bend down to grab the bar, keep your hips open like this, keep your knees out, hips open. Think about spreading the floor with your feet. Like you're standing on a crunched up towel, spread the towel apart. So you're here. When you bend down to grab the bar, pull on the bar, just like this. Just your upper back is moving. Shoulders are coming down, and think about somebody's trying to tickle your armpit. So you bring your elbows in this way, trying to not let them tickle your armpit. So think about pulling the bar, shoulders down, elbows in. That'll also bring your chest up. And mainly, the purpose is to get your lats engaged. So, step 1. Pull on the bar, shoulders down, elbows in so they can't tickle you. And then, second step is to pull your hips into the bar. You want to get your hips as close to the bar as possible. If you're really tight right here and you can't get your knees out, you're stuck like this, try doing some stretching. You can either go on the adductor machine and just stretch it out, or do like the butterfly stretch, get this all stretched out. Pull the bar, shoulders down, elbows in, bring your hips to the bar, right here. And then the third step is take a big deep breath into your core. Not your lungs, but your core. So, and keep it tight. If you're wearing a belt, it's even better because you can push against the belt. So, 3 steps is what it looks like. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Alright, now here are 4 tips to make you an even better sumo deadlifter. So the first step is to not think of it as just the form. It's not just you get in the right stance, you get your lats tight, your hips close, belly tight, and then you lift. There's one more component that you're missing, which is to explode. So you get everything all ready, you get in the right position. I'll show you how it would explode. So. Explode using your glutes. Don't just lift it slowly. When you want to squeeze a muscle, whatever kind of exercise it is, a bicep curl or a quad extension or this, the muscle that you're working, squeeze it hard and squeeze it fast. It's going to use more muscle fibers and it's going to be more effective. Alright, and then the next 2 tips are basically what kind of gear you use. So I would recommend getting a belt like these. I would personally recommend this belt, obviously because it's mine. These belts are called Inzer lever belts, and you can find them on inzer.com, I-N-Z-E-R. They're more for powerlifters, so if you're trying to get more into powerlifting, then I would definitely recommend these. They're just simple lever, like that. This is the other kind. Obviously, it's a pink one, it's a cute one. You're probably like, oh my gosh, I want this belt. So I also like these belts. It's probably a little small for me. Yeah, so these are also pretty cool. They're the old-fashioned leather prong belts. I wouldn't recommend these types of belts where they're thinner in the front and thicker in the back. I would only recommend these for if you're a bodybuilder and you just want to have it on all the time to keep your core engaged. But for power lifts like this, you want something that's the same thickness all the way around. The second piece of gear that I would recommend are lifting straps. So these ones are mine. They're called Versa Grips or Cobra Grips, 2 different brands. They are more used in other exercises like dumbbell rows, for example. They're pretty common with bodybuilders, and basically this looks similar to gymnastics grips. That's how it holds you in place, takes the stress off your forearm so that you can lift more weight doing double overhand instead of over-under. These are the other kind of lifting straps, are the old-fashioned ones that you'll always see people using. This is how you use them. When you put them on, you want the strap to go in between your index finger and thumb, and then you want it to wrap around once, maybe twice. Tighten it in like a motorcycle. Makes it a lot easier to hold. Alright, the last step that I have for you is once you want to take off the plates and you don't have one of those cranking things, just grab a 2.5 pound plate, stick it right here, roll the first plate on top of it, and that way you can just slide it off. Just like that.